Surah Al-Kahf, the 18th chapter of the Quran, holds a profound place in Islamic teachings. Known for its captivating narratives and deep wisdom, it offers guidance on how to navigate trials and challenges in life. Beyond its general significance, Surah Al-Kahf is uniquely connected to the end times, particularly concerning the Antichrist. This surah is not only recited for spiritual protection but is also a safeguard against the most deceptive and destructive trials humanity will face. The Antichrist, often referred to as Dajjal in Islamic texts, symbolizes the ultimate test of faith, luring people away from the path of righteousness. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, specifically highlighted Surah Al-Kahf as a protection against Dajjal, urging believers to recite its verses for divine guidance. But why does this chapter carry such significance in this context? What lessons lie within its stories that can help protect humanity from deception? This episode is the first of our series, Signs of the Hour, Dajjal and the End Times, where we aim to explore the intricate relationship between Surah Al-Kahf and the Antichrist. Through this, we'll uncover how its themes, such as faith, patience, and the triumph of truth over falsehood, are directly relevant to the trials of the end times. As we delve deeper, we'll explore the stories within this surah, such as the people of the cave and the account of Zulqarnain, examining their symbolic relevance to the challenges posed by the Antichrist. This journey will provide insights into why Surah Al-Kahf is a beacon of light in an era shrouded in darkness. May Allah guide us to the straight path and protect us from the trials of the end times. Surah Al-Kahf offers a profound spiritual framework that prepares believers to withstand the trials of life and faith, especially in the context of the Antichrist. The chapter, through its allegorical stories and parables, conveys timeless lessons about the triumph of truth over falsehood, the protection of faith, and the ultimate reliance on Allah. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized its significance by recommending its recitation every Friday and highlighting its protective role against the deception of the Antichrist. Let us dive deeper into the connection between the surah and the trials of the end times. The protection from the Antichrist. The Antichrist, or Dajjal, represents the pinnacle of deception. He will claim divine powers, leading astray those who are weak in faith. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, explicitly stated that reciting the first 10 verses or the last 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf provides protection against the trials of the Antichrist. This recommendation underscores the spiritual fortification offered by the surah's verses. The opening verses emphasize Allah's sovereignty and the temporary nature of worldly life, reminding believers to focus on their faith. These verses set the tone for the surah, warning against the distractions of materialism and falsehood, two critical tools of the Antichrist. The stories of Surah Al-Kahf and their symbolic relevance. Surah Al-Kahf is known for its 4 major narratives. 1. The people of the cave. The story of the people of the cave highlights the trial of faith. These young believers sought refuge in a cave to protect their faith from a tyrannical ruler who opposed their monotheistic beliefs. Allah caused them to sleep for centuries, preserving their faith and demonstrating His control over time and destiny. This story mirrors the challenges believers may face during the time of the Antichrist. Just as the youths resisted oppressive forces, believers must remain steadfast against the Antichrist's manipulations. The cave symbolizes spiritual retreat, a reminder that reliance on Allah is the ultimate safeguard against worldly trials. The mention of time in this narrative, with the sleepers remaining untouched for centuries, also hints at the deceptive manipulation of time by the Antichrist, as mentioned in Ahadith. This emphasizes the need for unwavering faith and trust in Allah's power. 2. The story of the 2 gardens. The second story illustrates the trial of wealth. It narrates the tale of 2 men, one blessed with abundant wealth and gardens, and the other a humble believer. The wealthy man, consumed by arrogance, denies the resurrection and attributes his success to himself. His downfall serves as a stark warning against pride and the reliance on material possessions. The Antichrist will use material wealth and worldly promises to lure people into submission. This story reminds believers to prioritize their faith over worldly gains and to remain humble and grateful to Allah, recognizing Him as the ultimate provider. 3. Musa and Keter, peace be upon them. The story of Musa and Keter, peace be upon them, explores the trial of knowledge. Musa's journey with Keter demonstrates the limitations of human understanding and the importance of trusting Allah's wisdom. Keter's actions, though seemingly unjust to Musa, unveil a deeper divine purpose, teaching that Allah's plan is always just, even if it is beyond human comprehension. The Antichrist's deception will prey on intellectual arrogance, leading people to question divine truths. This narrative underscores the importance of humility and submission to Allah's wisdom. It prepares believers to recognize and reject the Antichrist's false claims of superior knowledge and power. 4. Zulqarnain and the barrier against Gog and Magog. The final story revolves around Zulqarnain, a just ruler who used his resources and wisdom to protect people from the destructive forces of Gog and Magog. By constructing a strong barrier, he safeguarded the vulnerable, relying on Allah's guidance and emphasizing his ultimate authority. This narrative parallels the collective effort required to resist the Antichrist's influence. It highlights the need for strong leadership, reliance on divine guidance, and communal support to counteract evil. Zulqarnain's acknowledgement of Allah's sovereignty serves as a reminder that human efforts, though vital, are always subject to Allah's will. Thematic connections to the Antichrist. 1. Faith and patience. Each story in Surah Al-Kahf emphasizes the importance of faith and patience in overcoming trials. The Antichrist's greatest weapon will be his ability to test faith by presenting illusions and worldly temptations. Surah Al-Kahf repeatedly reminds believers to trust Allah and remain patient in the face of adversity. 2. The deception of worldly life. The surah warns against becoming attached to worldly life, as seen in the story of the two gardens. The Antichrist will exploit materialism and the love of wealth to mislead people. By reflecting on this parable, believers are reminded to prioritize their spiritual well-being over temporary gains. 3. The test of knowledge and perception. The narrative of Musa and Keter highlights the limitations of human understanding. The Antichrist will manipulate perception, making falsehood appear as truth. Surah Al-Kahf encourages believers to rely on Allah's wisdom and recognize that divine truth transcends human logic. 4. Unity and leadership. The story of Zulqarnain underscores the importance of righteous leadership and collective effort. During the time of the Antichrist, unity among believers and reliance on divinely guided leaders will be essential to withstand his influence. The role of light and guidance. Surah Al-Kahf is often associated with light and guidance. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, described its recitation as illuminating one's life with divine light. This spiritual illumination contrasts with the darkness and deception brought by the Antichrist. By consistently engaging with the surah, believers are spiritually equipped to discern truth from falsehood and navigate the trials of the end times. The parallels with contemporary challenges. The lessons of Surah Al-Kahf are not limited to the distant future. They are highly relevant to modern challenges, such as the prevalence of misinformation, the obsession with material wealth, and the erosion of spiritual values. These are precursors to the trials of the Antichrist, making the surah a timeless guide for every generation. A call to action. Surah Al-Kahf is more than just a chapter in the Quran, it is a fortress for the soul. Its lessons, if internalized, can prepare believers to face not only the trials of the Antichrist but also the everyday challenges of life. It calls for steadfast faith, humility, and reliance on Allah's guidance. By reflecting on its stories and living by its principles, believers can strengthen their spiritual resilience and navigate the complexities of the modern world. As we continue this journey in our series, Signs of the Hour, Dajjal and the End Times, let us hold firmly to the light of Surah Al-Kahf. Its verses are not merely to be recited but to be deeply understood and implemented in our lives. May Allah protect us from the trials of the end times and guide us to the straight path. As we close the first chapter of Signs of the Hour, Dajjal and the End Times, we leave you with a question that carries profound historical significance. The Antichrist and his trials are intricately tied to a moment in history when the Jewish scholars posed three pivotal questions to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. These questions were meant to challenge the authenticity of his prophethood, drawing from their own deeply guarded knowledge of divine scriptures. In the next episode, we'll explore the fascinating story behind these questions and the wisdom contained in the prophet's peace be upon him responses. What were these questions, and why did they hold such weight in verifying his mission? How did the answers shed light on mysteries that stretch across centuries and religions, from the story of the people of the cave to the creation of the soul? Join us as we uncover the layers of meaning behind these questions and how they connect to the broader narrative of the end times. This isn't just a historical account, it's a profound lesson for us today, offering insights into the challenges of faith, knowledge, and divine truth. Stay with us on this journey by subscribing to our channel Ancient Aliens Secrets. Check out our playlist for the complete series, and don't forget to like and share to spread this valuable knowledge. May Allah guide us to the straight path. Until next time, keep seeking knowledge, for the real wisdom lies only with Allah.